Good afternoon. The date is November 8th, 2020. The name of this video is called My Name is John Waddell and I am special and I have been blessed in this life. Never in a million years did I ever think that I would have written a video like this. But it came to me a few hours ago, early in the morning, and I just had to write and do it. President Trump is making me think of addicts when I see the way he acts. He is angry, prejudiced, and hateful towards the world because things are not turning out the way he planned. It does get rather tiresome and boring. I was born in 1953 to James and Mary Waddell. I was born with cerebral palsy. When I was 2 years old, my mom flew to Lourdes, France to pray for me. I was never supposed to walk or talk. She came home and passed away from bone cancer. Without Mother Mary, I would have never existed. My dad remarried to Joy Murphy, and she was a great mom. I have no memory of my mother Mary, and to be honest, I wanted no other mom. I felt guilty about this till my early teens, until I realized that my mother Mary and her dreams for me had come true. I was loved and cared for. 5 years old, almost every day of my life, I can remember having some physical pain. My hands closed up on me. I never felt cheated by God for being born with cerebral palsy. I always liked being me for being me because I felt God created me in a good way. At 8 years old, my parents told me that I would always have cerebral palsy. I went into my room and prayed and asked God to cure me. I fell asleep crying, and when I awoke, I still had cerebral palsy, and I concluded that God created me this way and that he did not make any mistakes. I also never cried about my cerebral palsy again, and I've always known that I was gay, and I felt that God never made a mistake about that. At 8 years old, people started talking to me about death and dying. My friends with muscular dystrophy, Gary, Peter, and Michael, were young, and they died between the ages of 12 and 18 years old. In high school, when I started regular school, I enjoyed talking to Jerry Shell. He helped me keep my sanity. He was a counselor, teacher, and later became a vice principal, and we were friends for over 40 years. I have always been reflective, and I would talk to Jerry about a friend who lost his mother in the second grade and was a functional illiterate, and he dropped out of high school. Another person was transgender, and this was in the 60s and the 70s. I would not mention them by name out of respect to their privacy, and I would talk in roundabout ways, but often at times he knew who I was talking about. Outside of school, John Toro Sr. and Conrad Frieda helped me keep my sanity. My dad could not talk to me about certain things, and he was rather busy. He worked for corporate America 12 hours a day and raised 10 children. Reed Blackburn lost a son to leukemia after he graduated from high school, and my older brother Tom and Jim went to school with him. He respected me a lot and looked up to me and the way I handled my disability, but I would try to humble myself and say, I'm not special. We all have challenges in this life. Everybody does. I have always told people that I have always believed this to be true. I have met people who've been angry and pissed off about being born disabled, and I have never felt that way. Ask my family and friends, and my friends who have known me over 50 years. I have never complained about being born this way. I was thankful and am thankful for the way that I was born. Does it come from God or does it come from within myself? The pandemic has me thinking lately, will I and my friends survive the pandemic? Time will tell. I hope we Americans try to heal and unite with President Biden. Have you lived a blessed and special life too? You do not have to go to church or preach the Bible in order to be blessed. You have to try to show and love respect towards others. Rest in peace, Alex Trebek. You are a bright light in the darkness.